HQ presented by Capital One. Let's welcome in the Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, and the man with more props and Carrot Top. He is our Tim Doyle. Now, Celtics can put the Nets on the brink of a first-round exit, which would be a remarkable feat given the Nets were title favorites not so long ago, gentlemen. The line has the home side favored by 3. The total has shifted to 222 and a hook. What's the play here, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm making kind of a zigzag theory in this series. Watching the first 2 games, home court was very big. These 2 teams, I think, were very evenly matched, and it was a war in both games. And I think you're going to see the same thing today. But at home, down 0-2, Kyrie Irving coming off a horrible game. I think you're going to see a great response from him. I think you're going to see a great response from the Nets as a whole, as a team. I think that they get there today. I'm laying the points with Brooklyn. I think they come away with a victory here.
I always try to take myself as a former player inside the locker room. And, if you watch the first 2 games, the Nets could easily be up 2-0 in this series. And, it's probably a sentiment of a woulda, coulda, shoulda what happened in Boston. But, there's a belief right now that they're the better team inside that locker room. And now they get a chance to come home. And Kevin Durant has certainly struggled in this series. Jeremy, you touched on it. He's shooting 32% from the field and below 30% from 3. But one of the greatest offensive players to ever don an NBA jersey, that man's going to make some adjustments, and whether it is he's putting the ball too much on the floor, whether it is posting up a little bit more, you could even argue he's the greatest offensive player of all time because he doesn't have the same strength and athletic ability that maybe a Jordan or LeBron has as far as getting directly to the rim. His mid-range game is better than both those guys, a lot better. So his offensive package is better. So I think he's going to adjust. I think Brooklyn's going to figure out a way at home. So if you want to take them on the money line, you don't feel comfortable laying the points. This series is going to go 7. Brooklyn's not going to win the series, but they're going to win today.
All right, despite Durant being locked down, he's still averaging 25 points per game with Kyrie right along there alongside him. So what's the Nets player prop for this one, Tim?
I'm going to give you a time to look out for in this game, okay? The prop is 7:44 p.m. Eastern time because that is when the sun is setting in Brooklyn. And that means Kyrie Irving, who much respect to, is observing the holiday Ramadan. So he does not eat when the sun is up. Sun goes down. Kyrie's going to get some food in his system. Bam. He's shooting 54% for 3 in this series. Love him or hate him as far as off the court politics. The guy's unbelievable offensive player. And, that 3-point prop, I'm going to go over here. 3.5 threes, plus I'm getting a little bit of juice. I like the Nets in this game. It's simple. If the Nets are going to win, not only does Durant have to be good, Kyrie Irving has to be good as well. They can't have an off night from either one of these guys. Last time Kyrie Irving played a home game, the first 11 shots he took, he made in Brooklyn. So no sleep to Brooklyn. Gets Kyrie some yogurt, get him maybe a little banana, because it's not like you eat a whole steak midway through the game, right? You got to get something that's just enough food. You don't want to mess up with the palate, hurt the stomach at all. That should happen about midway through the second quarter, as this is a 6:30 Eastern start. But as Kenny knows, when you bet the NBA, 6:30 Eastern means the game starts at about 6:44. So the later the delayed start, the faster Kyrie gets some food in that system. Give me over 3.5 threes.
See, I'm looking at the time. I had a 7:30 Eastern start, Tim. So I'm figuring he's, but a hungry dog fights best. And
no, that's right. No, you're right. No, you're right. I looked at the. I want to correct myself. You're right. So 7:30. So he'll be able to eat. Oh man, right around game time. I was looking at. I'm in Chicago, so I'm on Central Time. So, God, don't you hate when that happens, Kenny? Because you're on West Coast time. I got confused with the time.
He's going to eat with 3-pointers. That's what he's going to eat with at halftime. He may have a little bit at halftime, but don't worry. A hungry dog fights best, and that's what the Nets are. They're hungry dogs today. They're going to be the team, and I agree with Kyrie. I went over in his points, rebounds, and assists. The number was 37. His season number is 39 in high-minute games, 45. He had 50 in game 1 when he had a great game. Game 2, just 19. So I'm expecting a bounce back, zigzag. Here he goes. I think Kyrie goes off. I think the points and the rebounds are there, and the assists will definitely be there today. So, yeah, don't worry, Tim. He will not need to eat until halftime. He may not even eat at halftime.
All right, well, both men on Kyrie Irving. Okay, so let's talk about the Celtics then. They get big man Robert Williams playing a limited role in Game 3, which would be less than 4 weeks removed from knee surgery. Is he worth a prop play here, Kenny, or are you looking elsewhere?
I'm looking elsewhere. I'm going under with Al Horford now, knowing Williams is going to take some minutes away from Horford. So that's a big plus for the Celtics, and they're an outstanding basketball team. I have now them ranked the second best team in the NBA. This is a great team, but it could be a little letdown. But Al Horford, 2 big games, 20 points and 16 points the first 2 games of the series, and he played extremely high minutes, 41 minutes in Game 1. On the year, high minutes for him was about 35 minutes per game. On the year, his median was 10 at home and away, so I'm going under 12.5 points for Al Horford, who does look great for, I don't know, Tim guarded him 15 years ago, and he looks the same as he did now as he did then, Tim.
Yeah, well said. And he's done an amazing job off the court as well. I believe he married Miss Universe. So something he's doing with his skin, Al Horford. Not sure if he's putting some cucumbers on his eyes. Sometimes I'll put a little mayonnaise in my hair, maybe thicken it up a little bit. I actually like your prop more than I like mine because I did not have a strong opinion in the prop in this game. I am trying to put myself in Jason Tatum's shoes, and he goes into this game being like, man, we win this game, it's over. Like, this series is over. So I'm going to try to shut the door on Brooklyn. So I just think he's going to take a lot of shots. So you give it an offensive guy like Jason Tatum, 25, 30 shots in a game. Modern day Carmelo Anthony as far as scoring the basketball, can post up, shoot the 3, put the ball on the floor. The prop is wildly high. You see Game 2 didn't even come close to that number. But I think that the books are looking at it the same way I am. He smells blood in the water. I like the Nets, so I don't really love taking a Boston prop over. That's how I like to correlate my props with the game. That layup actually sent this prop over in game number 1, the game-winning shot that he hit. So I just expect him to take a lot of shots. So if he takes a lot of shots, he could end up going over this number. Not a strong play, but give me Tatum over.
Well, and you just wonder, too. I mean, obviously the crowd's going to be hostile based on what we saw from Boston. You wonder what we're going to see in Brooklyn. And, of course, if they can get this game tonight, like you guys hope they do, Ben Simmons coming back for Game 4 with a chance to tie the series on Monday night. Kenny White, Tim Doyle. Let's recap the picks for the third game of the day on Saturday. In terms of the game pick, both men on the Nets take the 3 points. In terms of the Nets prop, Kyrie Irving to go over 3.5 made threes for Tim. And for Kenny, Kenny likes Kyrie as well, over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. And in terms of your Celtics prop, Jason Tatum over his point total, Al Horford under his point total for Kenny.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.